Hi guys and welcome to Bomb Anime. It's your girl
Ruka
and Big Boy Sama here.
We are here with our part 2 of BNA.
You know what it is, let's get right into it.
So firstly, I really liked how from the beginning really they had this whole myth of Ginro and the fact that he protects all beastmen. He was like a god kind of figure. I like the way that they trickled it throughout the whole anime. And I also enjoyed the reveal. I wish there was a little bit more tension before the reveal and that it wasn't so obvious that it was going to be Michiru. I would have actually preferred them to have it as a random other person or don't give so much away. But I really did like the fact that they had that mythology running through it.
Yeah, it reminded me of Dragon Ball Z. You know the... Yeah.
No.
Yeah, Ruka's about to tap out here.
I don't know.
So, well, Dragon Ball Super, I should say. So, remember how they had that whole ritual of Goku becoming a god and it took 5 Saiyans to touch him and then he became a god somehow. And then Vegeta just smashed after. You know what? We won't talk about that. But what I'm saying is that that whole ritualistic coming of age or ritualistic becoming a god thing, I really liked it. I thought it was quite interesting. And the fact that the god was born in blood was kind of like an homage to the classic religions, the classic mythologies, the strength through battle. I really liked that whole symbology there.
I also really liked the fact that Michiru could make any part of her body change. But what I didn't like was the fact that there was no explanation as to why she was able to do all of these different things. They said that she had been transfused by accident with beastman blood. I'm guessing from one beast man, because you wouldn't mix different people's blood in one blood packet. That doesn't happen. You don't do that. So how can she do that? I wish that I had had more of a scientific explanation. Hell, give me a fantasy explanation. I would have taken any explanation, actually. It didn't make sense that she was able to do all these different types of things. She should really just have one power or one ability. And it also didn't make sense that blood was the cure. Somebody help me. Somebody help me here.
Look, Ruka, you're looking at this wrong. They gave you the explanation. You just can't accept it.
So then if I get transfused with
why?
your blood, I will be able to just be a dude.
Look, first of all, you'll be...
If I was a boy, Beyonce, like I could just... What?
First of all, forget Beyonce's version at Sierra. That was best. Second of all, you'd be a handsome boy, not just any regular guy. And third of all, why are you trying to equate anime to real life? Bruv,
okay.
That's what it was. That was the answer you got. You just don't like it. It's
okay.
Cool, I get it. Let's be honest. Her powers became Deus Ex Machina the whole show. Ooh, I'm in a bind. Ooh, I can fly now. Ooh, I'm in a bind. Ooh, I can smell now. Ooh, I'm in a bind. I can run like a cheetah.
But I liked that.
I hated it.
I actually liked that.
I thought it was BS.
I just felt like I needed something more to explain why that was possible. But I could accept that. I liked it. I liked the fact that she could run really fast. She could randomly fly and all that kind of stuff. I enjoyed it.
Well, nah, fam. I thought they just kept handing her stuff on the plate. There was no consequences for her stupid actions. There was no consequences, and I think that's what rubbed me the wrong way about her character as a whole. She never faced any issues. No consequences, and I hate that. I hate that. I'm sorry, I hate it.
Okay, I think we can both agree that Michiru's character was really crap.
Very crap.
It was really terrible, like, let's just be honest. But more than her character, what I didn't like was the constant contradictions within the whole anime. First, we were told that beastmen and humans didn't actually interact. Then we were told that beastmen and humans traded with each other. Then we were told, we were just told so many different things. One second, they've never interacted. The next second, they were worshipped as gods by humans. They literally said beastmen were worshipped within their tribes as gods. So they had a human tribe and were worshipped, but then they didn't have contact with humans, but then they traded with humans, but then they weren't around with humans. They were separate. There was a human beastman war, but then they didn't have any contact. Like, please. And then on top of that, we had Michiru in episode 10, at the very end of episode 10, saying these words: "It shouldn't matter if you're beastman or human, as long as you stay alive." So why were you spending the whole anime trying to be a human being again? You're alive, innit? Are you not alive? Are you not alive? Hello? Hello?
So the plot was predictable.
It was so predictable.
Predictable? I literally wrote the story out before I got to episode 3. And we all knew who the bad guys were and who the good guys were.
From the beginning.
And for me, it really made me feel sad at how the writers made the beast men look stupid. I think that's the real story here. The naivety of the beast men, the naivety of the mayor, the naivety of everyone except for Ugami. I think he's the only one who was like, yo, guys, really? Guys, you gonna let them do this? And he's the only one. Everyone else was just like, yeah, Alan is a great guy. He knows what's going on. He's gonna help us. I mean, even down to Jackie. And Jackie is my favorite character in this whole show. There's that short little bear thing that's so cute and thinks that giving her a piece of bread is basically godlike. I loved her. She was my favorite character. Even down to Jackie calling Azuna God. Like, it just showed how stupid that these characters were made. And it kind of rubbed me the wrong way, because you're trying to make social commentary, but you're making them seem stupid. It felt like an insult.
I get what you mean. We have watched loads of different types of anime, and some of them do it well. People want everyone humanized, from your good guy to your villain. That's what creates a fully rounded character. These beastmen, I don't know anything about them. They talked about survival of the fittest. There's no rule apart from survival of the fittest, yet they have police. I actually care about no one. I didn't care about any single character. None of the episodes progressed the story. It just seemed, it was like watching Family Guy without the humor. The episodes are just there. You might have some themes that are going through some of the episodes. Maybe not. It might make sense, it might not. But at least Family Guy's funny. And the characters are actually way more well-rounded.
See, you see Family Guy, which I kind of feel like is an insult to Family Guy, where I see, this felt like someone doing a GCSE film project, not quite ready to go out, but you know, it's Netflix, so they take anything. That's the way I saw it. It was basic tropes and concepts that are done to death now, but put in a visual way, because you can say, yeah, I've done it, I've made a Netflix series. Like you said, it was disjointed the whole way through. You got episodes that never moved the plot forward.
Right, and they had no place anywhere. It didn't even add to the world as a whole. Apart from, I would say, the only episode that was like random that actually did make me think, oh, okay, I can understand this world a little bit better. That was the baseball episode, where we got insight into the gambling and how Anima City works. But at the same time, it added to this narrative that Anima City is good for nothing. Why do we want them to be saved? Seriously, why do we want them to be saved? They are hung upon their emotions. They can beast out at any given moment and just start rampaging. They settle all their beef with violence. What redeeming factor did Anima City have? The slums were like the worst. They don't even have proper water. Why not? You are being funded by the pharmaceutical company. Everyone should have water. Everyone.
I'm sure you just described some states in the USA. I'm just saying. Anima City could have been flipped.
The US isn't being funded by a pharmaceutical company in an anime.
That's
like
true.
You just told me to get out of real life. Like, I understand in the real world we have extreme poverty that doesn't really need to be in existence because greedy people are out here being greedy. But that's not what we're talking about. What the hell is going on here? I just don't understand how this city is the way that it is. I didn't even see that many people working. No one seems to have a job.
Mink was working, bruv. Mary the Mink. She was always putting in that work, bruv.
She was a scammer.
Bruv, she was putting in the work. I want to talk about that episode with Gran Gran. That episode did nothing for me. Now, I think I understand the premise of the episode to show how female beastmen are disenfranchised in Anima City or in the beastmen community as a whole.
But they weren't.
That's my line.
Sorry.
But okay. Yeah, you're right. They weren't. And when push come to shove, they weren't even strong in their own convictions of trying to make it better and make a better society. Because when I first saw it, I thought Sin City vibes. And then I saw, no, it's not even. It's just, oh well, here it goes. Next episode, that episode didn't matter. I didn't see any ramifications of what they did afterwards, except for the introduction of Flip. They turned a whole misogynistic situation into an introduction of a male character.
Let's talk about Flip though, because I really liked Flip.
Completely. Loved him.
I really liked him. I liked the whole... I felt like the actual only real proper believable thing in this anime was the Yakuza style gangsters.
Yeah.
They were felt in every episode. They had their hands in every pot the way you would expect them to. But Flip also cared about his community. I know it's one of those things, but it is true. A lot of different gangs do have this weird relationship with their communities. Like, to someone on the outside looking in at the gang, you're just like, you guys are disgusting, you're doing this, you're involved in you're involved in all these awful things that damage people. But sometimes when you speak to the very close community close to that particular gang, that gang is actually somewhat helpful to them. And I felt the same thing in the anime. It was like the same kind of thing where it's like, oh, it's really muddy, you're doing a terrible thing, and then on the other hand you're out here saving the day as well. I'm not condoning gangs, okay? I want to make that absolutely clear, since, you know, people get cancelled all the time. I'm not trying to get cancelled before I even start.
We ain't even started.
I'm not condoning gangs, but it is like a commentary that you can make on gangs. They do have this strange relationship with their community where they're terrorizing the community and they're also sometimes helpful to the same community. I
mean, there's so many examples. I'm not going to say here because I like my channel, but there's so many examples of this. Sometimes protection money is actually protection money. Sometimes. That's all I want to say on that matter.
But I did really like Flip. I loved how he gave 0 Fs. The way he was like, Shiro was waiting to speak to a particular person who was like a witness in some events that had gone down, and he was like, Flip, I need to speak to this guy. And Flip was like, oh, I'm not done yet. Drops him in the water, dude is dead, and he's like, oh, well, I guess, you know, you don't need to speak to him no more. I guess your business is done now. Right in front of him, didn't care that he was committing a crime. I really thought that Flip's character was awesome. I
need to ask you a question. Please answer honestly. What's the main theme of this show?
The main theme of this show is that beastmen live in a city without humans and they don't like each other.
If you told me this before you picked this anime, would I have watched? Based on how much you know me.
If I told you to watch it,
no,
you'd watch it?
No, if you told me that was the premise of this anime.
I mean, you might. Because there are really simple themes in shows that are handled so well. Okay, let's take Dorohedoro. The main theme in that is that he wants to know who changed him into this lizard man. But it's awesome.
I would agree. I would definitely watch this if you recommended it to me, which you did. Now I regret.
Okay, look, I have a very good track record with picking anime, so don't even try it. My track record of picking anime is awesome. I made a little slip, but
hey, no one's blaming anyone.
I'm just saying,
if
we're talking about picking anime, yours is like
it's not about me right now, fam. It's
shit
not,
rate, okay?
It's not about me right now. Listen, all I said is that you recommended this to me. Are you happy with yourself? That's it. Are you?
So our final verdict. What do you think about this anime?
It's a not. It's a not for me, fam. I am so annoyed I watched this. I'm annoyed because when you watch stuff and you think, oh, I know where it's going, and you get a twist, you're like, yeah, I got 0 twists for 12 episodes.
Oh my god. Do you know what my most infuriating thing of this anime was? It was the fact that Michiru watched her friend get turned into a beast man, get carted away and abducted, didn't do anything, didn't even really care about it as far as I could see, until she saw her friend, and then all of a sudden, she just wanted to pick up where she left off. Where was the looking for your friend, or where was any of that? Now, I watched anime where they have one thought and they're going for it. Take Hunter x Hunter, Gon is looking for his dad. I'm not going to say daddy because the last time I got in trouble.
I was kind of hoping you would.
The whole way through, that's the thought. But then you have Michiru. I don't get it. If that's your friend, then why weren't you trying to find her or find out what happened? This is the worst anime I've watched in 2021.
So what's your verdict?
This was a waste of damn time, and the first episode was so good.
Very good. They dripped it in mystery. They made but you know what? That's our verdict, guys.
Waste of time. It was a waste of brain cells. It was a waste of my vision.
You can't get those minutes back.
Anyway, guys, what did you think of BNA when you watched it? Let us know in the comments if you hated it as much as we did. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.
Peace.